here and sunshiny.
Yes, well, morning sun. In the afternoon session, we'll have our sunset, which will be very beautiful. It's beautiful. It's always a beautiful sunset. You can always count on a beautiful sunset in here.
It was really fun last night because we were screening Lux and Nox, which was all about the transition of the art in beautiful cinematic, footage from day into night. And as we were watching it go from day to night on screen, it was going from day to night in the world.
Oh, how magical!
Yeah, it was really neat. And when we had the Q&A up on stage, it was all purple, and they were talking about nighttime, and then all of a sudden it went dim again. dimmer.
Oh my God. That is fantastic. I didn't even plan on that. I planned on that. You planned on that. I planned it in the afternoon because I wanted it to be during that dusk time, but I didn't think about how it would correlate with the film.
So, Aini, you're transparent.
Why?
So, Justin, I want to introduce you to Aini and Severino.
Hi, Aini. Hello.
Hi.
I'm going to click on your name, and now we're half friends. You can see, and if you click on my name, then we become full friends.
Amazing.
There we are.
Hi.
And they are the filmmakers and directors of Dust.
And Severino is back there.
I'm right in front of you.
Oh, right here. Oh, Severino, I'm sorry. I was looking beyond you. Hi, Severino.
No worries.
Same.
Hey.
There we go.
Now in the blue zone. Perfect.
Yeah. we look forward to this. This is fun. This is your guys' first time in BurnerSphere?
First time.
I mean, we joined the Q&A last night at like 6 p.m. or something. So we couldn't see the film anymore, but we were walking around and listening to some of it, and we saw the nice sunset.
well, beyond
nice.
The film festival, there is so much to explore in here. It's really neat. We have a whole massive collection of different worlds you can choose from and go and explore with 3D scanned art and 3D immersive documentaries about that art, meeting the artists.
Yeah, so I was just coming to see
3D,
if you had
especially if you have a headset on.
Yeah,
It's really impactful. We've been doing a lot of immersive video production.
Yeah, you just
Super good.
It's
something
nice
new.
Find out what's in here, and
you rotated the world selector and brought it closer.
Some of the ones that to explore, even just on the
and then have
2D
a
on
film
the
festival.
PC, and that are open. I don't know if your
just
counts
help
are
them
unlocked.
understand
They may
friending,
not be,
and then help
but,
them understand that they can just
but we
the
have
audio.
like a sampling of worlds that you can go and explore for free, and without being an annual member.
Audio.
And
yeah, so sometimes the film is too loud, and so
our car ride is really fun.
Right,
So
you can turn it down, or maybe you need to turn it up.
Muddy Man,
and
23 driving around,
and then the chat
in a side-by-side.
They can adjust. So ambient volume is the film, and chat volume is the speakers.
And I drove around as if I was in our
Sometimes you might
car.
want the speakers.
So I had colored lights shining out from around it to kind of illuminate the playa around me, so I could drive also with.
So those are the things that we explain to people and welcome them home.
And then we have a 3D model of a
Explain to them where
double-decker
the
art
film
car that
festival
we built inside here.
Sounds good.
Cam focus. Lots of fun stuff to explore.
How long would you like me to stay here?
Thanks for
yeah, an hour is probably plenty. I mean, I think once we get started 20 after, there probably won't be many people coming in, but somebody might come in for the second film. So if you stayed an hour, I think that'd be plenty.
Okay, cool. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Good. It's beautiful.
I watched some of the films on YouTube after the fact. They're very inspiring.
Yes, they are. They're very inspiring. You could also have YouTube open on your phone or your computer off to the side while you're greeting.
Yeah, I installed it on Steam so I could also just have it on the computer. I'll probably stay in VR for like 20 minutes and then come back and just have it on the PC.
Okay. Yeah, you can definitely do that. No, I'm just saying, if you wanted to watch it live and not watch it later, you could have the YouTube stream going. Yeah. At the same time.
Like in VR.
Or just like on your phone off the side, just like lift up your headset until somebody else shows up.
Okay.
I think that's some of the greeters did yesterday. Hey Jeff, welcome back.
can hear my voice double.
Looks like a nice turnout.
What's up, Lamb Chop?
How's it all?
Last night we had a really good turnout.
It was fun. I went to the first movie.
The Mutant Vehicles.
After we start
the
the
Mutant
show,
Vehicle one,
go
it
ahead
was
and
so
open
cool.
the portal and then capture people as they come into the world.
Oh well.
Hey, Justin.
Hi there.
When the camera.
I think Rand's stuck over. He's a film festival over there. He's kind of a newbie, so he's kind of like, how do I do this? How do I do that?
Of course.
And I'm on a computer today, so I don't have it. I don't get to dance or nothing.
Who is that talking to me?
This is Lamb Chop,
and I'm just waiting for Justin to tell me when he's
gotcha.
ready.
Howdy.
Nobody's back. Nobody. So good to see you, nobody. You're somebody to us.
Forgive me if I'm a little confused because I've got bone conducting earphones on my head also listening to the crew. So I'm not sure if somebody's talking to me in world or in my head.
Are you watching the stream on your end?
Sounds just like Burning Man.
So if we can have everybody
Okay.
mute themselves in world for a second, if you can mute yourself in world for a second so that Justin can do his intro. Thank you.
Copy that. All right, everybody, welcome. Hello. How's everybody doing? Awesome. Oh, you're muted. You wait. I see.
We're
you.
muted.
Thank you. There we go.
We're doing good. We're doing good.
Awesome. I'm Justin. Many of you know me in here and on Playa as Just Justin. It's a playa name that is not a playa name because I never had a playa name, and I would constantly introduce myself as Justin, and they say, "What's your playa name?" And I'd say it's just Justin. And it kind of stuck. So be careful what you say on Playa. You just might get a playa name even if you didn't ever want one. I'll be your moderator today as we close out this incredible weekend together. First, a very big thank you to Carlos Austin for running our YouTube stream, all the camera work behind the scenes, and hello to everyone joining us on YouTube. Please be sure to like and subscribe because we have all these kinds of wonderful things that pop up here, and you may not be paying attention to all your feeds, but it will pop up on your YouTube feed. Hello to everybody on Zoom. We're also glad that you could be here with us. And just a quick check-in, is anybody here today new to BurnerSphere? Raise your hand, or if you don't have hands, just kind of wiggle back and forth. Yes, we do. Okay, great. Well, if you are, welcome home. But before we head into the films, for anybody new, send a few friend requests to connect with the people around you. And you do that by clicking on their name in their name tag, and you'll get a little half heart. When they click back, you'll get a full heart. That way you guys are friends. And if you need to re-enter the world at any point, you can open up your friend browser. It's on your wrist in VR, or it's up in your little upper right corner on PC. And you can jump directly back to us by going to any one of your friends, because we'll all be where the party's at. All right. Also, for best viewing experience, you can open up your settings menu, click on your audio, and there you can adjust your ambient volume so the sound is comfortable for you for what the level of the film is relative to people talking around you. And of course, we want to give deep gratitude to all of our camp mates. Your camp dues support the servers, the development, the programming, and gatherings like this one. You guys make it possible for this festival to remain open and accessible to everyone. So if you've been enjoying this experience and want to help sustain it, we invite you to join us as a campmate. And for sure, it's not just being able to help support this endeavor. You get to unlock every world that our team, and by our team I mean Doug, has been diligently building and deploying throughout BurnerSphere. We have so much content. You can literally spend days and days in here exploring all the incredible video content and scanned art and playful things that are all over BurnerSphere, and it unlocks everything. All right, here's how today will flow. In this first time block, we'll head into the portal behind me to screen Temple Builders Guild Tribute to the Crew, Temple of Together, Burning Man 2024, followed by a live Q&A with filmmaker Rand Larson and Temple Build crew member Morgan McClure. Then we'll screen Dust, a cinematic homage, Burning Man 2024. So we have with us Severino, and I'm saying this right, Aini Kohler will join us for Q&A, and we are honored to share their powerful work with you. Then from 1:30 to 3:30 Pacific time, Videogasm, our friends at Videogasm, returns with another presentation of the Black Rock City Film Festival Showcase featuring standout films from recent years. And then we'll reconvene here at 5 o'clock Pacific for our final evening block, beginning with a trailer for Die Mona Die, followed by a rare archival film produced by Larry Harvey himself in 1991. So we're going to go way back in the Black Rock City time machine, and you won't want to miss that. And right after our final screening, we're going to close it all out with our closing party featuring Dances with Ghosts on the decks. It's going to be a full and beautiful final day. All right, with all that said, let's gather up and head into the portal together. Let's do this.
Hi, are you Morgan? Is Morgan? Nope. Hi. Can't hear you if you're talking. Oh.
Great intro, Justin.
I was looking for Morgan. If you're Morgan, you can raise your hand. Go.
Thank you, guys.
Rand, if Morgan's on desktop, he or she can't actually raise their hand, but they can shake their body.
How do you do that?
Uh-oh.
Yes, that's Morgan.
Where? Oh. Person I was
you.
looking at?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I have to turn around.
Turn around.
I'm just...
Keep going. Keep going. There they
Oh,
are.
hi, Morgan. You can't move. I get it. You're on desktop. I'm glad you're here. Good morning. There's a gray box in front of you right now. Yeah. So I can't hear you, but that's okay. I know you're there. MKJM. Oh, okay. Sorry, I felt like I was in your personal bubble. I'm going to sit back down again. Oh, wow.
Hey, Athena, did you say we have 2 films back to back before the Q&A?
Yes, we do. So we're showing the Temple Builders Guild tribute to the crew, and then we're going to show the Temple of the Deep. It's a quick, 3-minute Temple of the Deep that Rand also created. It's just a bonus film.
Great.
Got bonus.
Yeah.
Need more popcorn.
Bonus.
Bonus film.
Going for a candy bar. Good luck.
Good luck. Morgan, if you want, we can go over by the stage and I can see if I can help troubleshoot your audio. So let's walk over here.
Oh, sorry. I don't know what I'm doing.
All right, so
They're doing.
are we doing this? What's happening?
I'm just waiting for Carlos's go. There he is.
Justin,
Okay, are we good to go? Feed is live. We're ready to go.
Go, Justin.
All right, everyone. Let's begin our final day with something sacred. Our first film this morning is Temple Builders Guild Tribute to the Crew, Temple of Together Burning Man 2024. The temple is one of the most meaningful spaces in Black Rock City. It is where grief, remembrance, reflection, and release all converge. But before it becomes that sanctuary for tens of thousands of people, it begins with a crew, a dedicated team who show up in the dust, in the heat, and in the wind to build something that will stand for only a short time, yet hold immeasurable meaning for all who attend. This tribute honors the builders behind the Temple of Together. Through interviews and time-lapse footage from the Temple Builders Guild tool trailer, we get a glimpse into the devotion, craftsmanship, and community effort that bring the temple to life. After the screening, we will be joined for a live Q&A with filmmaker Rand Larson and Temple Build crew member Morgan McClure. So let's enter this space with presence and enjoy the film.
In 2020, my dad passed away. There was no memorial, nothing. Cremated without my knowing. And it was just one day I didn't have a dad anymore and I had no closure. Potentially jeopardized a new job offer to be here, to be a part of the team, so I can finally put my father to rest in my heart. Being here, part of the kitchen and nourishing everybody, I feel like I am in every single piece of the temple by nourishing everybody. And it means a lot to me to be here. So thank you, Gravity. Thank you, Gravity.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah. That's my story.
The temple's important because it's profoundly important to KG. It was important for her last year, and it is 10 times as important to her this year. And she has found a part of herself in doing this that either she didn't know she had or she rediscovered, whichever one it was.
I can't think of a more perfect thing to build a temple to than grief, movement, letting go, to have such an opportunity amidst such ding-dongery. Like, it's what an anchor to all of us. Like, what an anchor here.
I always enjoy walking around inside just to see the effect it has on other people. It's such a power. Just walking inside the gate, walking inside the temple is such a powerful thing to do.
And it's hopeful, right, that healing is possible.
Yes.
The temples in the years that I've come to Burning Man have helped me do so much healing that I want to help create the opportunity to heal for others who need it.
Give a gratitude to my ancestor and to everybody ancestor to thank them for who we are today. Thank to them.
Grief processing kept me here. And the intention and the community, I think, Yeah, that's definitely why we stayed and came back. All of the people that we've met here has been amazing.
This year I am planning on bringing a pillow that my mother has made out of my grandmother's plaid dresses to celebrate her, because she was a really amazing woman.
The temple is much.
Because after the burn, after the ashes comes something new. I'm ready for something new. I'm so ready for something new. Normal voice, I'm ready for something new.
I'd like to meet my old self and hopefully grow the new self.
Ua au kapo, ua e au kapo I ke au.
Translation?
The day will triumph over night as the night has triumphed over day.
Well, that was really special. And we have something else special,
Justin,
another
just
little
move.
treat.
Move out of the way of the screen.
Well, I'm making an announcement.
Yeah, sorry. We have a mistake. So don't.
Oh, we have. Oh, it's there. Okay.
Amazing. Ooh.
I need some Kleenex.
Yeah. That was breathtaking.
Oh, beautiful.
What up, Rick?
Wow, that lighting on that temple for the first film, man, that was the best shots I seen.
Oh, that was pretty wicked lighting that year, wasn't it?
Greetings, Rand. Come on to the forward of the stage if you could. I'm Justin. Welcome. Just come in right up
Hi,
here.
Justin. Should I fall
I'm
off?
going to stand
Would that
over
be fun?
here. Just not with get to the close to the end of the stage without falling off. Yeah. There we go.
Scary. Morgan, where'd you go? Morgan, you're over
She's
there.
on your left, I believe.
I'm on your left.
Hi. Oh, and your microphone.
Wonderful.
I'm having some tech difficulties, so I'm speaking through Doug.
I'm giving you a big hug.
Okay.
There you go.
Can you hear me? Yeah, that's if they can hear you.
I hear somebody.
Doug, are we good to go? Excellent.
Go ahead and ask if they can hear you.
Wow.
I can hear you.
Okay, everyone. Well, that was certainly a powerful way to begin the day. We'd like to introduce the humans behind the lens and behind the build. First, please help me welcome Rand Larson. Rand lives and works in Palm Springs as a photographer in the corporate event world, but since 2019, he has taken on a very special mission. Each year, he documents the temple build and the builders themselves. As he says, his goal is to let his lens be a flashlight shining on the crew, not just the structure, but the people. The hands, the hearts, the humans who bring the temple to life. The temple may be beautiful every year, but as Rand reminds us, the people who build it are equally beautiful. And joining him is Morgan McClure. Originally from New Hampshire, Morgan's path to Black Rock City took her through Indonesia, Ohio, Boston, and San Francisco. She attended her first burn in 2022 and immediately went looking for an art project to join. The first sign up she saw was Temple of the Heart. She joined the build and was instantly hooked. When she's not building the temple in Oakland or on Playa, she works as an academic advisor to optometry students at UC Berkeley and spends her downtime with her husband, Will, on the very serious quest to find the best cup of coffee in the Bay Area. Rand and Morgan, we're so excited to have you both here. Let's go ahead and just dive in. Rand, you kind of described your work as a lens, as a flashlight shining on the crew. What first made you realize that the builders themselves needed to be the story?
Well, it's funny you mention that because my first year, or 2019, the project manager, Kentucky Sunshine, said, "No, we don't need photos, Rand. We got plenty of photos. Why don't you do the drone, but why don't you do crew?" Because so many of the crew have been doing it for years, and they have stories, and nobody on the playa knows about them. And I had to stop and think, you're right. I thought it was the Burning Man branch of Disney Imagineering that built these things, something like that. I had no clue that it was ordinary folk. And so that was my goal. More about the people, the structure, as much as possible. And so I've continued throughout because people are interesting. They're really good. Some good stories in the crew. Really good stories.
What's remarkable about the folks that work on the temple is it's not just like a random kind of group of builders who build other things, and it's not necessarily interchangeable personalities with other art projects. The folks that build the temple are really deeply connected to it in a powerful way themselves, for whatever reason it is in their heart.
A lot of people, they'll flat out say they're there to process grief with their hands, do some work, and so it's kind of heavy when I hear those stories. I see people building and go, "Oh, well, you worked through the loss of your mother." Wow, that's something.
Morgan, thank you for joining us. You went to your first burn in 2022 and immediately joined the temple build. What drew you as a builder to the temple specifically?
Yeah, I think that for me, it was the community. You talk to a lot of people and they say that the community is why they build, why they keep coming back. I had just moved to the Bay Area, and so it was just meeting these people, being welcomed in, and it really cemented it for me that this was where I wanted to be.
And you've worked on the temple every year since?
Every year since, yeah. I joked with my husband that, Temple of the Heart really took over my weekends. Maybe I'll take a step back next year, and then ended up being a pre-build shop lead, and have since moved into more community leading. So, instead of taking a step back, it really just has become more and more part of my life.
Morgan is the email queen, right? That's what they call you?
Yes.
You have the best emails ever. Best. To the point. It's great.
If you got an email from Temple of the Deep about volunteering, it was from me last year, yeah.
It was great.
Excellent. Rand, after documenting multiple temple builds since 2019, what is the common thread that you see in people who return year after year as part of this crew?
The people who return year after year usually have moved past processing something in their life, and they're more into, I want to build something that other people need. That's the common theme, is to say, let's say, well, this project really helped me a lot, either visiting or building. Okay, now I want to help build for other people. That's a common theme.
And Morgan, perhaps you could describe for us, what does a typical build day actually look like behind the scenes for those who've never seen it? And not every day on the playa is a perfect day like we're experiencing here in BurnerSphere. We have that luxury to kind of switch dust storms on and off, which we don't have on the playa. But what is a typical build day? Does it start at dawn? Does it start with coffee like any other build? Just kind of paint the picture for what life is like on a typical build.
Yeah, well, and I would say, a lot of the build on playa gets the glory, but 90% of the build happens ahead of time in Oakland. We see hundreds of volunteers come through there. We're building in Oakland every single weekend. Again, 10 a.m. usually do like a little opening circle, introduction to what we're working on for the day, crank some stuff out, and then have lunch all together. Once you shift to playa, it does get a little bit disrupted, but yeah, we have not just a wonderful build crew, but a really incredible support crew as well. So usually by the time all the builders wake up, the kitchen crew, who has gotten up hours ahead of us, they will make breakfast, they'll make coffee. Again, usually, well, we try to get up pretty early. I want to say, not dawn, but early enough that we can get started before the sun's too hot. Again, do like a little connection, like check in. What are we working on today? What's the goal? And then sort of split into the different teams. So, every day there's a team that is going to be working on fence panels. There's going to be a team that's working on, maybe some of the side chapels, the walls. We do have our sky team. So the crew that's up in the scissor lifts, up in the boom lifts, they'll be up there all day long. And then we do, again, try to break together. Again, the community is so important here. So being able to break together, have a meal, have a little bit of a rest so we can all go back out in the afternoon. Once we get into the actual build week, we will probably have some more night shifts. So again, those are people who are going out in the evening, going out at night. It really is such a short window of time we have to build the temple, and it's all hands on deck when we can get out there. We still do we have some community stuff that we do together, but Once you get out there, your focus is building the temple and getting it up. For example, last year, our first day out on Playa was August 6th, and the temple burned just a few weeks after that. So it burned on August 31st. So yeah, really not a ton of time, and we have to open right when gate opens if we can. And yeah, it's you really make the best of it when you can, when you have the good weather, and when you have the gnarly weather, you kind of hunker down and hope it passes soon. There's some great photos from the build crew from the crazy dust storm we had, where it blew in and everyone's like, okay, we got to get out, we got to get into the tool trailer. So there's 40 people hunkered down in this box truck trying to wait out the storm. And I think that storm also, like that, it came on so quickly, and I think that was just an example of burners taking care of each other, because we knew there was a crew out there that was unaccounted for, and there was a small team who were like, you know what, like the build crew is our responsibility, and they got like a 100-foot long rope, and they went out and looked for them, tethered to the tool trailer so they could find their way back, and they went out and they rescued a bunch of our build crew and some other stragglers who'd gotten a little bit lost. And yeah, it's wow. Really just amazing. Everyone really takes care of each other, and yeah, there's a lot of love.
Rand, you wanted to chime in on that as well?
Oh, Morgan, I wanted to add to your comment about the support team. I had a particular bad night during build week, and I got up at 4 a.m. and went outside my trailer, and there's Max in the kitchen cooking at 4 a.m. And I thought, should I go say hi? No, he's getting food ready for about 120 people, and I was but it's just mind-blowing, the dedication of the support team, as well as the people who are hitting the hammers and doing this, that. And my hands moving. I don't know if I'm moving or not, but there's people doing this, there's people doing this, and there's all kinds of stuff happening. Everybody's really dedicated.
Well, my next question to you might be a little bit hard to answer, because it's hard to pick one. But is there any particular moment, Rand, during the build that kind of stopped you in your tracks and reminded you why you're doing your work to document this process?
Empyrean. I was riding my bike back from the early Man burn, which is down by the Man, and it's kind of a wild party, not my cup of tea, but I was coming back and it was dark, and I'm passing by Empyrean, and it was pretty well going on. I looked at it and thought, wow, I just feel like everything is going towards that structure. I'm gonna be a little heebie-jeebie woo-woo but I felt like that structure was building something. His desire was this energy drawing in. So this isn't about the crew, this is more about the project, but it really felt to me like it was doing what the architect wanted to do, which is kind of this type of energy going on. And of course the crew were great. They were fun. It was always great.
Morgan, throughout this film festival, we've been hearing from folks like Peter in the Artery, talking about how Burning Man is, will never stop burning certain key works of art, but that it's really moving toward a place where it's not just about indiscriminate burning anymore. But the temple and the Man are two of those structures that will always burn, and for good reason. So how does building something that will ultimately burn sort of change your relationship to attachment and impermanence, as opposed to building something that lives on forever?
Yeah, oh my gosh, it's completely changed my relationship with this idea of like the ephemerality of life, and I think it is. There are so many people in my default job, in my default world, who are saying, "Oh, you're building this beautiful thing. Why are you burning it?" And it's because nothing lasts forever, and like I think it is really, really cool to be a part of this thing that exists for just such a short span of time. I think also, the temple burn is so important because there are so many precious things. I mean, people put irreplaceable things in the temple, with this understanding that like this is going to go away forever. I'm never going to see this painting, these shoes, like, and I think that's very cathartic. And I think, reminding yourself that like you don't have to hold on to things, whether it's physical things, whether it's emotional things. I think that's so important.
So my last question here is for both of you, and it's really about sort of the culture of the temple build crew, and for either of you who have worked on other build crews, how does the culture differ from other build crews out on the playa? And I guess just to ask a leading question, it's a very serious place, and it feels like, from what we've seen, at least in your coverage, Rand, is that it's a very serious atmosphere. Is there a point when you all get to finally relax, have fun, and enjoy some of the lighter fruits of Burning Man and what happens out here on the playa?
You wanna go, Morgan? I'll go. Okay, I'll go. I know when the temple opens, I take about a day or two to rest because I'm tired. I put my camera away, and if I do anything, I go out with my drone because that's play, and try to capture other artwork. By the time the event starts, I'm done. I want to go home. I have to rest a little bit and remember people are okay, because I don't want to be around anybody. Like, don't talk to me. I don't want anybody to talk to me. And it takes a couple of days to get back. And then I've always watched, Morgan, the crew, the little teams that have been working together all couple of weeks, have formed these little groups. And I'll be sitting in the kitchen watching them gather and go out on an adventure in the playa. And I think it's just amazing. And I like that I can be watching that from the outside. So if I want to document any other stuff during the event, I can. For the most part, I stay detached a little bit on purpose. It's better for my lens if I don't know someone's a jerk. Then I can go ahead and photograph them. If I have an experience with somebody and I don't like that person, then my lens gets dirty. So I keep my lens clean by staying a little bit further away, a little bit detached. And what I watch, Morgan, is you guys, these little family groupings, and it's a blast. But I go off on my own for the most part.
And what about you, Morgan? After working on something that is, so serious and so heavy for so long, not just on the playa in the month leading up, but in Oakland, and working on this project for so many months, do you ever feel like you can really finally let your hair down and go and play and enjoy some of the lighter bits of Burning Man?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there is the moment of opening temple. And so when we have that moment, when we hand off the temple to the temple guardians, it really is this ceremony of, we're releasing this. This is no longer our temple. That's kind of what we say. People say, oh, can we do this? Can we do this? And we say, once we open the temple to the community, this belongs to Black Rock City. This belongs to Burners. This no longer is our temple until we come back, take it into our care once it closes, and burn it. So yeah, I think there's definitely, it is possible. And I think in a way there's definitely catharsis needed. After working on something so heavy that means so much to people, and the, not the pressure, but the expectation and the desire to do it right, and the desire to have it finished. There's definitely a need for the build community to celebrate and to enjoy the burn. And I think that's always the pressure to get it to open on time too, is we want to enjoy Burning Man just as much as everyone else. So I think, we are building something heavy, but it's interesting. I've been meeting with James and the new temple crew this weekend, actually, and something we've been talking about is, how do we make the temple not just about grief, right? It is this place for grief and for a lot of people, but it's also this place of release, of positivity. People get married there. People write intentions. People celebrate being healed from diseases and cancer. And so yes, we're building this place for grief, but ultimately it's a celebration and it's about love, and it isn't just a heavy thing all the time. I really want to emphasize that, while it can be really heavy to be inside there, the crew understands that this is more than just grief, and that ultimately this is it's a joyous thing. It's a good thing for people to have.
Well, we are all privileged to be able to start this final day of our film festival with these beautiful films and this beautiful journey. And we'll take a cue from you guys, and we will transition to something a little bit more joyous and a little bit more fun as we round out the day. And we're very grateful for the opportunity to share this experience with you and with all of you. So thank you so much to Rand and to Morgan for the work that you do out on Playa, not only to bring the temple into existence, but to be able to share the experience with so many more people who aren't able to see what happens behind the scenes. So thank you to Rand and to Morgan. And within just a few minutes, we're going to be back over at the screens with an introduction for our next film. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you all. Do we have any time to say anything to them before we go over there?
What was that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what was that? Oh, is there anybody here that that has a question that they would like to ask while we're still here? I apologize.
I do for sure.
Please, by all means.
As a temple guardian for many years at the temple, Rand, thank you for showing that. I mean, for people that don't know what that symbolizes, I feel like you did an amazing job of just like making that temple look spectacular. Capturing the energy of the builders, but as well like what that temple embodied. Like I've seen a bunch of great shots of it and shot some actual myself, but those were just really, really, truly amazing. And I want to thank you guys all for doing that. And I was actually, in this year, the Temple of the Deep, one of the people that you guys saved as a temple guardian out there. I got stuck in that dust storm for like an hour and a half. So I want to thank you guys for that as well. And when you turn, if anybody ever goes to Burning Man, when you guys turn over the temple to the guardians, it's truly one of the most magnificent times that you could be at the temple. There's people waiting to put their things in the temple, and there's so many stories with that as well that the temple holds. I loved how you took the drone through the temple, and then just those moments to take in. That was like, you could tell the temple had been closed and you were like one of the final people to go through it and experience that stillness. And truly amazing. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you very much.
And I want to leave you with a question. I mean, to me, I feel like following the builders is amazing, but maybe this next year add in to capture some of the Temple Guardian stories, because there is some really, truly powerful guardians that they're there every year serving.
You give me a project to do this year. Thank you. Who's speaking? Is that Anthony? No, I can't see. Who's speaking? Can you raise your hand?
It's another mystery.
Oh,
another mystery.
Oh, you, another mystery. Yeah, good idea. Thank you. I will take that and run with it. I'll talk to Top Hat when I see him.
The Temple Guardians, again, the relationship between builders and guardians is so important. And we have some guardians who come and work on the crew, and some builders who use that as a way to sort of get to know the temple before they actually are guarding it. So yeah, you all do such incredible work, and part of the reason we know we can let go is because we know we're handing it off to such an incredible group of people.
Yeah, and I talked to Top Hat a lot. to get ready, because I always mount a camera on the was it Bob, the Temple Guardian's little box there. So yeah, I'll talk to Top Hat and say, hey, let's do something. Thank you for the idea.
Fantastic. And that's the power of BurnerSphere and Burning Man, is just by bringing people together around common thoughts, common interests, and look what happens. Spontaneous collaboration just happens. I love it. Wonderful.
That's amazing.
And
love it too.
and we'll keep that going all day long, all night long, and at the party at the end of the day. So we'll if there's no other questions in the audience, we're good. Great. We're going to keep the program rolling, and we'll see you guys over at the screens in just a couple minutes, and we'll continue with our next program. Thank you again, guys, and thank you for the excellent
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Guys.
Glad you made it, Morgan. I was nervous.
Yeah, I keep hitting the wrong button too.
Yeah, me too.
Are you able to hear me, Morgan?
Yeah, Morgan can hear you. She's speaking through my avatar.
Hi, Doug.
I'm having some technical difficulties, but hello.
Did you see my sore neck?
Rand, before you go.
Who's that?
Right here.
Hi.
Let's, I also would like to show your film on Playa this year too, the Black Rock City Film Festival. So let's you can get in communication with me, Doug and Athena and all them. So let's definitely talk again.
Okay. Yeah, that's a great idea. I love that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Will there be chocolate there?
What's that?
Like milk duds? Will there be milk duds? Need milk duds. I'll bring them if you don't have them.
Yeah. Bring them. Cool.
Okay. Great.
All right.
Is that Peter? Peter.
Yeah. I'm going to walk on over. Morgan, I encourage you to stay, but you're going to be mute.
I'll be silent. I'll just have to interpretive dance on my.
Totally.
You have the old. I'm hugging you.
We were delayed there. There was people having conversations with the people up there. I don't know.
Oh, that's cool.
We got front
Daylight
row
savings
here.
time. Everything's odd.
Well, I've seen this movie a few times. I might not block the best view up here.
Wow, how nice of you.
Just gonna.
I think I'll go into the theater to see it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Immersive experience.
I hope you guys like it.
We're going to change the screen out, right?
Yeah, the nice thing about the theater is you can go to that upper deck and then you get a better view.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I'll come down until they start. Boink.
Hello, Anya.
I was a tour yesterday.
Oh my gosh, look at this.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it ran way overtime over here.
Yeah.
I got out of here at the
Nice
afternoon.
temple shot.
I mean, the end of the
It's starting soon.
voyage.
I'm so excited. Look at all these
Yeah, we
people.
finished it off with that Tilter build world game that Bianca made.
Oh yeah.
Avatar's baby.
So it was me and Loki versus 5 others that me and
Hi.
Sorry about that.
No, me too. Hi.
Oh, if you have time today, I went to the what do you call it? The video gas thing. It was pretty. The films are showing pretty good.
Oh, cool.
They alternate with like Black Rock City type videos and other more esoteric stuff. So it's like one after another.
Justin, go.
Nice.
All right, everybody. Let's move into something deeply poetic now. Our next film is Dust, a cinematic homage, Burning Man 2024. This is more than a documentary. It's a cinematic love letter to Black Rock City. Created by Unisono Films, Dust traces the arc from build to burn, weaving the 10 principles into an immersive visual journey. From the raw intensity of construction to the final glowing embers of the temple, The film reflects on impermanence, devotion, and the sacred responsibility to leave no trace. Through striking cinematography and layered storytelling, it invites us to slow down and feel the emotional undercurrent of the Playa experience. We're honored that filmmaker and directors Severino and Aini Kohler will be joining us for a live Q&A immediately following this screening back on the stage. So settle in, let the images breathe, and experience dust.
Yeah.
This journey takes us to a rough and relentless place. In this land, survival is a matter of resilience. The harsh conditions of the desert have left their mark on the only road that connects this isolated place to civilization. It is here where once a year a community is on a pilgrimage to the Black Rock Desert. For those explorers, dream makers, and artists, there comes a moment when one embarks on this journey. One that will be ever-changing, beyond the mind, time, and space. They are the curious ones who follow the rabbit into the unknown. In this desert, there once was a lake. Thousands of years ago, we emerge into a surreal, otherworldly land made of dust that we call our home. The first to arrive is a collective of architects, builders, engineers, and volunteers, the very backbone of Black Rock City. Year after year, they're committed to the cause. It is an enormous undertaking to build an entire city from the ground up in just a matter of weeks. The moon rises over our city of builders as they set the foundation of our home with full devotion. Yet with the quiet knowledge of its impermanence. knowing it will all be torn down again. To witness nothingness transform into everythingness. Installations and monumental structures rise. Only to return to nothingness once more, just like life. What first appears like bare bones in the mirage of the desert transforms into a variety of installations, a land of art to be discovered. Their tireless effort to work under the burning sun is what makes this extraordinary gathering possible. This experience is a radical exercise to rely fully on your inner resources from the first moment you arrive on Playa. When clouds form and the wind picks up, we have no choice but to surrender to the dust. Despite all our efforts, the elements will always remind us of our place. In these moments, our principles of civic responsibility and immediacy play hand in hand with finding creative ways to manage challenging situations.
Yesterday, for some of us, we were all in the wind, in the dust, the mind going crazy, the chaos, and then we have the water and the rain and the cold. Embrace it. That's part of Burning Man. There is going to be plenty time for more mezcal, for more beers, but for these 2 last days, we're going to give a really good push so that when more people start arriving, we have a home, all right?
After a week of hard work, peace sets in. The atmosphere fills with a sense of reward and accomplishment. Our home is finally complete. Our beloved deer takes us to open the desert reunion in ceremony. For centuries, rituals have become the thread of every culture. Through gratitude, we find connection, the fabric from which we are woven. Ceremonies of remembrance remind us of what endures, the human desire to connect, to reflect, to celebrate being alive. In awareness of this gift, we take a collective breath to remember that we are blessed to be part of this movement. Immerse yourself into a waking dream, blurring the lines of reality. With your imagination as the bridge, take a ride into your subconscious, entering this dusty wonderland. Follow the beat of your heart. It will lead you home. very heart and soul of our community. We created space where each of us can express ourselves freely, human to human. Here in the now, we are living our authentic selves, honoring all our colors. In a liberating act of radical self-expression, we celebrate every individual without judgment. It's dawn. The air is crisp, and the beating pulse of the bass from deep playa is calling. This moment is eternity. It feels that time stops, yet the beat is never ending. Each moment is its own time capsule. How can so much beauty, art, and warmth of community exist in one place? They may not believe the stories of the sunrise playa magic, as it can only be experienced at Burning Man. Soaking in the sunrise together in the sweetest dream. canvas to only be witnessed here in this desert. Charged by this magical experience, we ground ourselves to prepare our spirit for the night we all have been waiting for. Circle starts to form in the heart of the city as we gather one last time around the men. It is time to awaken and return to the essence, to the sensitivity and simplicity that it is to be human. It is time to awaken and return to the essence, to the sensitivity and simplicity that it is to be human. when the most saturated night of the week slowly dims its lights, joy makes space for serenity as mist arises over the city. Many gathered to pay respects to what once was, to what might be. A moment of silence fills this place. Open hearts, witnessing transformation, embracing the beauty unfolding before our eyes, one last time in this desert oasis. The closing of a moment in time that will live with us forever. Oh, how precious this last sunset is on this desert land. The warmth of the glow. We are part of the story of a great burning, a kindling fire. Offered to the fire what is not yours to carry, or what you cannot carry any longer. The thought of who we are will burn away as the fire takes it all with one inhale. Flaming spark burning amidst the luminous fire. There is a fire burning in your consciousness, Right now, do you feel it? Our ancestors recognized the universe itself as lit by a great cosmic fire. And they recognized that same fire present within themselves. Fire is the most ancient technology that gives life, sustains creations, and in the end, consumes everything. Fire is the portal from the matter to the ether. It is us who created a city out of dust. We are its citizens, and it is in our hands how we leave behind this pristine land, the Black Rock Desert. This magic, which felt like a dream, was made possible by thousands of volunteers, a community and organization we know as Burning Man. What we bring back with us are our most memorable moments. Personal transformation, along with dust. In reverence of the natives of the desert, the stewards of their ancestral homeland, we honor this sacred place, and we owe it to leave no trace.
Hello.
Wonderful, thank you. All right, everybody. Wow, well, that was pretty breathtaking. Have you all please join me in welcoming Aini and Severino. Aini was born and raised in Los Angeles and brings a poetic eye to everything she captures through the lens, as we have all clearly seen. Her photography and film work focuses on the quiet moments and subtle details that reveal the true essence of her subjects, transforming raw emotion into striking visual storytelling. As a director and producer with Unisono Films, I hope I'm saying that right, she channels that devotion into elevating meaningful projects, brands, and communities through cinematic imagery. At Burning Man 2024, Aini captured intimate portraits on the playa and co-directed the film Dust, bringing her signature poetic approach to a story about impermanence, beauty, and the spirit of Black Rock City. Aini, we're so happy to have you here. Thank you. And also, please join me in welcoming Severino Kohler. Severino was born and raised in Vienna, Austria, where he studied photography at the Academy of Fine Arts. His early work centered on analog photography, focusing on black and white street photography, architecture, and portraiture. Over time, his storytelling expanded into film, producing visual work for musicians, bands, real estate, retreats, and community projects. Since 2017, Severino has been capturing Burning Man through striking black and white portrait photography, documenting the people who bring the city to life. In 2024, he brought that same artistic eye to motion, filming, and co-directing the powerful cinematic homage, Dust, which we all just saw. Severino, welcome. We're so excited to have you both here with us. Wow, that is really something special and really something unique and deeply cinematic. It really does feel less like a traditional documentary like we're used to seeing, and much more like something like visual poetry. Where did the roots of that decision cinematically to kind of go in that direction? Does that come from your background in portraiture and your photography backgrounds and just kind of bringing it into motion, or sort of what was the thinking behind the stylistic approach that you took with this beautiful film?
Justin, thank you for that introduction and having us on stage up here. It's great to be in the space with all of you. So that film basically started more as an idea like several months before, and we were just writing out a storyboard, and we were thinking about we kind of like watched what was out there already about Burning Man, and we saw a lot of documentaries, and we saw a lot of like very raw footage that shows exactly how you're like building things and how you're building community and from start to finish. And so we said, well, we are not part of a project like that in this very moment. And we were also camping with a new camp in 2024 with Maxa. So we were not sure if we were able to do some sort of documentary with them because we were new to the camp. So we decided to go more a direction of striking imagery, more on the emotional, personal, and also cinematic approach. And my background when I started doing videos was always trying to find visuals that represent music and sound in a way that it goes in unison, hence our name, Unisono Films. And so when I was starting the editing process after we came back from the burn, I needed music to go along with that. And luckily there was a friend of ours who was creating a 12-minute cinematic track that we used almost entirely in the film. And when I started editing to that film, it kind of started that process of what direction the film will go to. So it wasn't really decided before we went to the burn, and it wasn't also decided either while we were filming the burn. It was more decided in the editing process afterwards. And it really helped us to form a language based on the sound, which was then tricky because once the build chapter was finally edited, we ran out of that kind of music. So it took us many months editing music. We started working with musicians as well and producers to finalize the film, which turned out to be more than 35 minutes long. So it was more a work in progress. And like, that's why we titled it an homage to Burning Man, because that's actually what it is. We try to do an homage to the experience that we have there and to try to capture the entirety of it, which is obviously impossible, but as much as we can. So that's why it has documentary elements, but it was not created as a documentary, as you said.
Yes, and Aini, I have to say that we have most of our crew are filmmakers here, and there's been a lot of oohing and awing during the screening of this film. It is so cinematic and it is so beautiful, and it is some of the most beautiful cinematography I've seen, and just the motion and the portraiture. So I would be remiss if I didn't get a little geeky here for a second and ask for those folks who are filmmakers to talk a little bit about your gear and equipment. What was this shot on? There's these wonderful shots that are moving, and they have this beautiful sort of parallax of the art, something that you don't often see. And people are like, is that a drone? Is that a slider? Is that on a gimbal? Can you just talk a little bit for all the geeks out there that are kind of just drooling over this incredible footage? What a little bit, like, what's the secret sauce here?
Yes, of course. I'm gonna actually hand over that the geeky side of things to Severino, because he's kind of handling most of our gear. So I'm gonna let him chat a little bit about the different camera equipment that we were using and drone, and some of them can seem like a drone, but we're working with different pieces.
Yeah, I'm happy to answer this one, of course. I'm also happy to know that there are many film creators here watching live right now. So it's a tough one. So some of the best shots that I think I was able to create were like really in the moment, and whatever I had on my hand I would be using. But my main camera was a Canon R5 on a gimbal, and I'm using a Ninja recorder, so I'm recording everything in ProRes so I can have better footage for editing later, which also creates a lot of data. So I have of data just in the 2 weeks I was there. I shot a lot of slow motion as well, which also creates more data. But funny, there are two scenes in there that are like really long transitional moments where you ride with me basically on the bike on Playa. And I was filming this with a gimbal and an iPhone 15 Pro, and I was shooting this in ProRes as well, because I couldn't hold the gimbal with the heavy camera equipment for too long with one hand. So I had to switch to a lighter setup, and it worked out just great. And it's a lot of post-production as well, because we received a lot of drone footage after we were coming back from Playa, and we were reaching out to at least 10 to 15 drone pilots. And so what I'm doing is that I took care of post-production, meaning I was stabilizing all the footage afterwards. I know how difficult it is to film on Playa with the storms, and with the heat and with the sun, you can't see much on the screen. So a lot of the footage had to be also really stabilized and edited, so it looks really like seamless and super smooth. So there's no one secret to it. It's more like whatever you have in the moment, and basically a minimum standard of recording quality. So we try to shoot in ProRes, even with the phones. And lately I've been using, not for this movie, but I've switched to action cameras as well. And so I'm trying to combine filming with let's say a portrait lens and action camera on top of the camera. So I have two shots at the same time, because what you've seen in the film, other than some of the drone footage, is all shot by me with my camera. So it's a lot of different scenarios. For instance, temple burn, I really have to run forward to get the best shot in the first row, but then I can, after, let's say, filming for 30 seconds, I have to make the decision to say I have to switch my position right now because I don't have anybody else filming right behind me. So I go behind me and I film people's reactions, I film silhouettes, and then I go even further and even further as much as I can. So it's almost like, you have this like time window of like 15 minutes that is really crucial, and you have to be filming so many perspectives at the same time.
Yes.
The moments. Yeah, exactly.
Only one camera person and so many camera angles to cover. It's interesting, Aini, the fact that you describe that you sort of, the story kind of evolved in post-production. The 10 principles are woven very subtly throughout the film. How do you decide to sort of embody them just really cinematically rather than overtly explaining the 10 principles, really showing them rather than telling about them?
Yeah, thank you. Well, it's kind of funny because the storyboard we, essentially created before the burn in 24, earlier in the year when we were sort of pondering the idea before we had essentially been accepted to create with Maxa that year. And we definitely, that was my 7th burn. And Severino and I, we met on Playa in 2017. And like he was saying, we had essentially seen so many different, films and creations. And we thought we really wanted to create a film that's like something that people can really show to their families, that sort of explain, without explaining, per your question, about the principles, what it's like, what the build feels like, and more so than just showing, a build or a strike or, people just enjoying themselves with the beautiful art and music. We really wanted it to be a bit more cinematic, which is more our style, poetic cinematography. So with all of that, we just kind of saw things happening because we skipped year 23, the mud burn, and we came in 24, and it had rained during build like the last, I think, day or two. It quickly dried within, a few hours, but we were there and we saw that the camp was essentially like helping the neighbors, and, things were happening, and the principles were just embodied by the people surrounding us. So I think that was really exciting to capture and to witness and to experience the community coming together, and immediacy, and just so much care and love from everyone. And I hope that answered your question.
Very much so. You mentioned that the two of you met in 2017 at Burning Man.
Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit about how you met and what came of that encounter? I mean, obviously, we see the fruits of your labor here, but was there more to the story?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really long story, and maybe one day we'll be able to put some art behind it. We'll see. It was a really beautiful year. I was building with Love Cow at the time, which is no longer a camp, unfortunately, but we were building, and a friend of mine came by to say, hey, let's go out and find the bounce car. Our friends are DJing on them. And it was like, towards the end of build or middle of the week, I can't remember. And I wasn't really so keen on going out after being so exhausted. And he really told me, hey, come on, let's go and enjoy ourselves. And at that moment, I went out and we were kind of hanging out, enjoying the music. And then I felt a tap on my shoulder. And I kind of turned around, and it was interesting because he had his cell phone, which I was surprised. I'm not really, seeing cell phones, at least in 2017. And he had a pre-typed out message that said like, hello, I was, admiring you dancing. My name is Severino and I'm taking portraits here at Burning Man. I would like to take your portrait tomorrow. Something along those lines. He'll probably tell me I said it wrong. And it was very sweet. And, he came to find me at my camp the next day and took my portrait with a Rolleiflex analog, beautiful film camera. And the rest is basically history. So we took a beautiful portrait, and it was, a beautiful moment in time. And we're really grateful that we met in this amazing place.
That's a beautiful story. And do you both reside in Austria now?
Yeah, we currently have a base in Vienna. We also have a base here in Los Angeles, where we are currently at the moment. And we're flying, around globally for photo and film productions, which is Unisono Films, our creative hub.
I love it. The connections that are made just through random happenstance at Burning Man can be so magical and can just bear such incredible fruits. It's a lovely story. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Today, earlier program, we had a couple of films that really dove very deeply into the temple and the temple crew. And the temple arc in your film carries a very powerful emotional weight. How did you both personally experience that build and to burn journey, that whole process while you were filming? What was your experience of covering the temple?
So the thing is, when we camped with Maxa for the first time in 2024, we realized what a big production it actually is, because the camps before we were building ourselves, we used our own hands. But when you're using a camera, you're not there to build, but you're there to witness. And you get to see much more of the process, because when you build, you're focused on one little thing at the time, and you're hammering, you're cleaning, you're setting up something. But when you film, you try to see every little detail that's happening all at the same time. And so when we arrived really early on Monday, build week, so almost a week before the event starts, we also went out on playa and we tried to see what's there in the early stage of build. And of course, there's parts of the temple, parts of the man, not so many art installations yet. So we said, let's also include how we call it, into the film. And so we were riding out there and we set up our camera, or my camera. And I also love to use a really long lens, like a 600 millimeter lens, so that it really compresses the perspective. And we just love to show that, because there's so much space on playa, and it's really hard to capture that feeling of space. And at the same time, since I was not flying drone that year, we were so lucky to receive great shots from Jim and Percy and other drone pilots he specifically was also capturing these striking moments of temple build and man build. And yeah, so we really love the temple. It's usually our most favorite art installation of all, just the meaning of it for us personally and for the community, and it's always so beautiful. So it's for us a centerpiece of Burning Man, and there's no way we could ever make a film about Burning Man without including it. So we're also working on a second film about 2025 Burning Man experience, which is completely different. So we hope to release it in summer. And also in this film, we also have the temple as a very important piece.
Do you want to give us a little tease of what that next film might be focused on, Aini? Or is it too soon?
It might be a little bit too soon, but let's say it's also going to be a very cinematic, poetic a signature of ours. I think we're about 15 minutes in, and we're working with different music producers and composers at the moment. So let's see how long this one will be, but it's very, very beautiful, and will be less more about, because in our first film, it was our first year with Maxa, and we could get really up close and personal with the kitchen and with the builders and the community overall. So we have a lot of really beautiful portraits captured within the film. This year, we are maybe having a little bit more of a, I don't want to say dystopian twist to it, but because of the big storm last year, we had quite a few surprises along the way. So this film that we will be releasing will be like a different feeling overall. So that's what we can share for now.
Well, we look forward to that, and perhaps we can, if we have it in time, we'll see you at the next, right here in the next BurnerSphere Film Festival. I think one of the things that's so striking about your work is really hints at your origins in photographic portraiture. The human faces, there's so many rich characters, and you just, especially in slow motion, you see their characters and their emotions, and it's really touching. But there's another character that sort of pervades this entire film, and that really is the Black Rock Desert itself. And there seems to be a real reverence for the desert, almost as a character. So how did you guys approach portraying the Black Rock Desert as more than simply a backdrop?
Yeah, thank you for that. I mean, I appreciate that you also use the word reverence, because, you know, we live in our modern days and we're enjoying this beautiful life and world that we're so blessed to be living in. I would say it really comes from a place of humility and what has been here before us for, you know, thousands of years, and the communities and the stewards of the land and the natives that were here before us. So essentially out of reverence and care that we're here and building this community on top of a land that, you know, used to belong to other communities. It was something that I felt, you know, within myself to just acknowledge, you know, and create some beautiful visuals. And for example, we saw this beautiful, I don't know if it was a Mustang or what type of horse this was, but this was like a symbolic moment that was captured as we were driving to the ranch before we were entering Playa. And we found this beautiful black Mustang just running in the mountains on the side of the Playa. And it was like such a symbolic thing for me, which then sparked the desire to really appreciate and let's acknowledge the surrounding area as well as the beautiful playa and land that is holding us. So that's kind of where it came from.
Beautiful. The idea of impermanence is so central to Burning Man, the entire experience. How do you guys translate the idea of impermanence visually into this film?
Yes, that's a good point. It's not so easy sometimes to translate these more, let's say, abstract concepts, because we have the possibility to do time lapses. We can show processes like strike and the fire and burning down huge installations and everything. I don't know if there's a specific approach that we had to this, but we just thought that we always keep it in mind wherever we go, especially in the beginning of build, when we were going out to Playa, to film things that are not set up yet fully, and to also leave some space for the imagination of the viewers to, what is this going to be like, you know? Sometimes we reveal it, sometimes we can't because we just didn't find the installation anymore. But also filming just the playa itself, like details of the soil when there was a storm in 2024 during Build Week, everything was clean the day before, and so the day after at 5 a.m. I got up and I thought to myself, well, this is the moment for me to film these details like by themselves without human interaction, and it almost looked like an abandoned. It's so weird because we just built the whole thing a day before, and now it looks abandoned for many years because the dust covers everything. Maybe it's these moments, where you can feel that change and that impermanence.
Aini, really a question for both of you. You know, I know from experience, you know, trying to capture Burning Man over the years through media, how difficult and challenging an environment it is to try to shoot and to try to deal with all of the gear and the equipment. And just, you know, emotionally, like you get your heart set on something and you know, the weather conspires against you. Was there any particularly challenging moments during your production, either technically or just personally, emotionally, that you'd like to highlight or share?
Oh, thanks for that question. You know, I think for 24, it was like such a beautiful year. There was just maybe challenge and enough time in the day to capture all that was unfolding in front of us. I think we were there for 14 days, which was really beautiful. That gave us a lot of time and space. I think I think that for the 24 was a little bit more easier for us. I think in 25, this last year was where we really experienced lots of challenge due to, the storms and rain and all of that. So I think to answer that question, that would fall in year 25 for me. I think 24, we were set up so beautifully. We did get hit with a pretty strong dust storm sometime in the middle of build, and we had just set up our media container and it wasn't sealed entirely. So maybe one of the challenges was walking in and having all of our film equipment and lenses and everything that was, open and everywhere had gotten like, I don't know how many centimeters of dust on top of it, but it was a fun surprise. And then, Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, I didn't mean to interrupt it, but when you have those moments where you open up the container and all of your gear and equipment is covered in dust, like how do you deal with that emotionally? Like, how do you bounce back from that? Like, where do you begin to start to pick up the pieces and carry forward, and where do you find that resolve?
That's a great question. Yeah. I definitely take some deep breaths and we kind of laugh about it now. But, at the time I asked for one thing that year, and it was a dust-free office, which is, very hilarious. And that we made jokes later on to make a complaint and drop it off at the complaint office. I know there's somewhere there's somewhere on playa where I put a note where I said I want a dust-free office. No, it was challenging in the sense of us wanting to have everything perfect with our gear so that we can have a smooth production. There are challenging moments, of course. I think we were really prepared, mentally and emotionally. So we were quite strong independently. And of course, within our partnership and dynamic. So it felt really good. We were very excited. But yeah, I think more of the challenge was really this last year for us.
Yes.
So yeah.
Well, we'll be looking forward to seeing the fruits of your labor from last year.
Thank you.
If you guys could talk a little bit about the storytelling approach of really, really utilizing the sense of the music and the voiceover, and even just the tone of the voiceover, and it feels a little bit like spoken word, kind of, just musically motivated, and it's such an interesting choice. Can you just talk a little bit about the process of does the music motivate your choice of visuals? Does the visual landscape sort of inform your choice of music? How does that come together in post?
Yeah, that's a really great question. I'll let Sev jump in here in just a sec. Just regarding the voice, the text, we work with an amazing voice artist. She's super beautiful, and she's also a poet. So I was writing the script with her. Essentially, with the music, we worked with different composers and producers. One of the main dust sound was working with a beautiful artist, and he made more of this cinematic intro, which then essentially inspired the first chapter, which is the very artsy, these really beautiful abstract shots that really kind of pull you in from the beginning. So I can let Sev take over from here.
Sohar, who was narrating it, we have been working with her on previous productions, so we were familiar with her voice and we liked the tone. So we were aware that she's going to be the voiceover for the film from the beginning. So that was something that we had planned on doing. So we were already familiar with her tone and with the way she's pronouncing things. So that we're like a good match, I would say. And the script. So here's the thing. It's a funny story. Sohar was giving us almost a week before she had to travel, a deadline. She said, "Okay, I have 1 more week to record the script. So when you guys have the script ready," and we were still in the editing process, so we had to write the script. Aini, of course, wrote most of it in basically 2 or 3 days, but it came so naturally because we knew exactly what the story was and what we wanted to share. We didn't really have to have any help no AI back in the day to help with any formulations or sentences. So it really came out super naturally. And of course there were some tweaks, and in post-production, what's really crucial, and it's really like a long process, is how to blend the voice with the music, like with the rhythm of the music and the imagery at the same time. So you think you're done with the cut, and then you start over again because you have all of a sudden voiceover. So it's a long process. It took like several months to finish that one. So from the first cut to the last final tweaks, it was like 4 or 5 months in between that.
Wonderful. Well, I want to thank you both so much for being here, for sharing your incredible film with us. Like I said, we very much look forward to seeing what you come up with next from your adventures in 2025. And we are a little bit over time, so I'm going to ask if anybody has any questions here, if Severino and Aini could hang out for a little bit and you can ask them directly. But I do want to just transition here for a moment and say, what a beautiful morning of storytelling and heart. I mean, a sincere thank you to our earlier guests, Rand, Morgan, of course, Aini, and Severino, for sharing your films, your perspectives, and the spirit behind your work. We're grateful for the time, care, and devotion you bring to this community. And thank you to everyone participating inside BurnerSphere here, and to those joining us on YouTube and Zoom. Your presence matters. Please like and subscribe on YouTube, and a huge thank you to Carlos Austin and Projectivity for running the live streams and keeping all the moving parts flowing smoothly behind the scenes. It's really remarkable, and this whole weekend has gone really smoothly, and I think we're going to have many more wonderful events like this in the future because of how well it's worked. So deep appreciation to all of our campmates. Your camp dues are what makes gatherings like this possible and allow the entire community to experience this festival together. We encourage everyone to contribute to camp dues to make these events accessible to everyone, and also to be able to come in here anytime you want and explore just the multitude of incredible worlds and scanned three-dimensional art and immersive content that we have in here, and we continue to add all the time. So now the space is open. Stay, hang out. Take this time to meet somebody new and connect. You never know what can happen, right? When you meet somebody right on the playa. From 1:30 to 3:30 Pacific time, don't miss Videogasm's Black Rock City Film Festival Showcase featuring standout films from recent years. And then when we return again at 5 p.m. Pacific for our final 2 films of the festival, followed by our closing celebration at 6 p.m. with Dances with Goats on the decks to round out the weekend in true Burner style. Thank you all for a wonderful morning, and we will see you right back here very soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you all.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you being here.
Yes.
Thanks, guys. That was just wonderful. Really appreciate it.
Wow, thanks so much for your questions. Yeah, thanks for having us here. Of course. So happy. Thank you, Athena, and the rest of the team for making all this possible.
Absolutely.
You're welcome.
Yes,
thank you
indeed.
so much. That was amazing. The film is just stunning.
Thank you so much. We can't wait to start working on the second one now.
Yeah.